What up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Spec Club. I'm your host, the Ninth Wonder, joined by a bad man by the name of Ultra. Oh, he's this way. Oh, damn, which way? Ultra Maximus. Ultra, what's up, man?
What is good, man? I thank you for inviting me to the Spec Club so we can just bullshit like we normally do,
Yes, sir.
only over live chat.
Right. We need to simulcast this to your channel too.
Yay!
Once we get a better format down for the show and stop bullshitting. Right. But
Well,
I guess that's half the fun, right? Is just sitting around talking trash and seeing who pops up and who comes by.
and for me, it's all about finishing up the dad duties of the day, making sure the wife's good, heading to the office, powering up the machines, and
Yeah.
hanging out for a bit, making sure that I don't stay up too late like I do on Friday nights.
Yes, sir. Hold on, I'm still texting people wanting to know about the show. Let's see here.
Yep. So I'll take Patrick's comment. So you have 4 acetate getting green labels now. So there is a qualified signature series label that you can actually now send that book in for the Clayton Crane signing and avoid that green qualified label by getting yourself that qualified signature series. Books without Clayton Crane's signature will be getting the green qualified label though going forward. So basically, CGC said, "Oh, we're going to turn this into an opportunity to make some money here," and said, "Oh, you guys want to submit these things for a signing we got with Clayton Crane?
Bruh.
We'll keep you from getting that dreaded green label. It'll still be qualified, but it'll be a qualified signature series." Oh, I was just reading the post before we went live.
That's funny, bro. Like, holy moly, man.
I got it.
CBCS, if they had a half or I'd have drive over to Plano tomorrow and beat on the fucking door until they let me in and say, bro, just let me take this over. Cause how they haven't surpassed CGC is not surpassed, but at least make people say, so bro, I ain't really got to get my books graded at CGC. Like they done had every opportunity in the world. Like if they don't come out like some instead of them, because the last few times CGC had some kerfluffles, all CBCS does is make a cute little meme, a cute little fake social media post about it. Um, make a
Yeah.
cute little social media post about it and move on. Like do something business wise to say, you know what? Come spend your money with CBCS instead of CGC.
Well,
Like, but they
and
just
that right there is the only time I've ever in my life been like, oh, CBCS is the better choice here, is on stuff that's already signed. If you've already got it signed, and I know that there's been some authentication problems that happen when you get a good counterfeit, it looks like the person's signature. We don't need to get into all that, but
but
at
here go the
the
thing
same
about
time,
it, bro. I don't
if
even
you
knock them for the counterfeit signatures because it's easy to counterfeit signatures.
that's what I'm saying, like
It's
especially when
easy.
they're really good forgeries. But if you're sending in books that have a certificate of authenticity, and you send CBCS the book, and you keep the COA, and you get the book graded, and you make a nice little frame for the COA, and you can hang the frame for the COA underneath your graded book if you're mounting your graded book on the wall. I think that's a great way to present if you're doing it that way. But me personally, I don't like signed books. I do and I don't. I only like a signed book if it's something that I personally want autographed, and 9 times out of 10 I won't grade it. It'll just be that memorable, memory of meeting the artist. Like, bro, when I was a teenager, New York Comic Con 1994, I'm rolling around there with a briefcase in hand, picking up certificates of authenticity, meeting Jim Lee, Chris Claremont, and getting all sorts of the worst graded books, the worst conditioned books signed. But I didn't care. And years later, again, I flipped and sold those, and and Claremont and Lee signatures were free for me, but not for the people buying the books off me. So it was a win-win, and it was just a lifetime experience that you can never replace.
Right.
So the game has changed now. People definitely go to cons, and before they even walk up to their favorite artist, they go to the grading booth so they can be like, "Hey, I'm about to go have this artist sign this. I need you to witness." So they get their witnesses lined up, and then they wait in line. They get their book, and then the witness takes the book, and that's the last they see of it for months. And then when it comes back at 9.6 or 9.8, they either PC it permanently, or they decide they're going to flip it, or whatever they're going to do with it. But I hardly ever see a lot of books that get that the signature series, like sketch covers and stuff like that,
Mhm.
if they're not very personal for the person wanting it done that way. Like, do you buy a lot of would you buy a signature series book over making one happen?
I get sketchbooks done, right? I just got one done at for C2E2. I had Corey Ross do one for me, and then he shipped it to me at in Chicago, and I had it signed by CM Punk. Then I had Tony Fleeks do one in Denver. That's kind of been like my goal, to get at least one for every con that I go to. But my thing is, I don't think I would go and buy somebody else's sketch or OA that they had did, because I would want something that's of my own idea, my own creation, in the sense that, hey, this is the idea that I gave to the artist and what I wanted perfected. And then me selling that would just depend on my intentions of getting that piece done, right? Because I might have an idea that I'm strictly doing this because I know if I get this sketch done and I get it signed by all the right people, I can get this book, witnessed by CGC, and that'll sell good on the secondary market. It'll be somebody that wants it, that type of deal. But honestly, for the most part, my brain never really works that ways when it comes to OA. I'm just kind of like, hey, I think this would be a cool book to have. Let me get that done.
Right. Hmm.
So, but no, I would. I mean, but some people buy gold label sketchbooks off of eBay and stuff like that. So I don't know, man. It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing. That's all I can say, bro.
So the blue Patrick saying the blue label is going to be worth more money. Yeah, there's a 9.9 and a 10 blue label of that book out there that we've seen. Did Dennis buy the 10, or was he just holding it?
I think he was just holding it. They wanted, like, I had a chance to buy the 9.8, the 9.9, and the 10, but they wanted too much money for it. Like, for me, I was like, man, you can kiss my ass. Like, I ain't. They tried to sell it to me like it was a good deal. I'm like, bro, do you know who you talking to? Hell out of here, man.
Only if it had a
Like,
fifth staple in it. Then
yeah, now fifth staple. Oh yeah, take my money. Like,
one of
take
one.
no money. Take my money. Take my money.
Oh, well, they would like to take your money. But the blue labels on those, what's going to happen? CGC going to buy them? Because I've heard of things like that happening before. Like whenever there's like an oopsie like that out there, CGC will get a hold of them some way. And if not, somebody takes that book and sends it in for something, it's going to get a qualified grade next time going out. So hold on to it.
For sure.
Oh, 1,700 was the offer for the 10 that they gave to somebody in the chat. That's still too much. Like 1,700 pennies. Like I'll give you $170 for it, but I'm not giving you much more than that.
David, were you at C2E2?
Sounds like he was if they offered it to him for
I
that.
met I met a guy who said he watches the show, and he was at C2E2, but I do not remember his name. Was it okay? So I'm guessing maybe he hit him up on their IG or something like that.
He
Oh
said
no,
he
he
was on
was he
Saturday.
was on Sunday. Okay,
Oh, Sunday. Yeah,
okay,
tight.
all right, awesome. But yeah, man, UF4 game, man. I can't believe we still talking about that book. Here, I'm gonna do a Google. Let's do a Google search, and I want to see something really quick. Y'all want to put an over under on how long it takes for to if that ultimate Fallout 4 acetate is on first page of a Google search? Let's see. All right, my screen is up. Here, let me do it big.
Do it big.
Well, I can't believe that. No acetate on. Well, okay. So it is one of the suggested things on the front page. One of the suggested searches. See, look at this. Let's view all the videos about that got that Ultimate Fallout 4 acetate in the title. Look at this, man.
Let's see here. So we got some best offers for 525, 424 plus.
Share your screen, Ultra. Let's see.
Oh, I'm looking on my phone.
Are you looking at your phone? Okay.
Yeah, I'm just looking on my phone real quick just to see. There is 285 starting bids or buy it nows. So I mean they're coming down in price. I see one with 2 bids on it for 255. 2 bids for 999. So I mean there's some that are still out there, but there's a ton of them available. Like a ton. How many results did I get? It doesn't even tell me how many results on my phone. But there's enough of supply. That's what I'm seeing. So if the supply is still there and they don't sell out, and this is where you really got to watch it, what's going on. Like all them shady looking auctions that were like thousands upon thousands of dollars, and the buy it nows for hundreds were sitting, and it's like the math don't math, man. Come on, like we're not stupid. Might have been bored at night, but it sure shit was not last night. So I don't know if you
Yeah,
saw that.
man. Man, my thing about it is that I don't. This the type of thing I feel like when people say, "Oh, the market is down," the market is down. I don't really believe that the market is down per se. I believe the problem is that we have people spending too much money on look, excuse my French, y'all, bullshit books. Yes, let me keep it 100, y'all. I sold some of this book. It took me. I was on Drunken Chat when I realized, like, hey, this acetate cover. Marvel don't do acetate covers for store exclusives. It took a minute for me to hit it, but when I first saw it, I was like, dang, that's an acetate. But I wrote it off because it was supposed to be a Clayton Crane book, right? So I'm thinking, oh, well, Marvel probably just let Clayton Crane do whatever the hell he want, like, all right, whatever. Um, but then I really just started thinking about it. I was like, man, this is something fishy about this. And that's where we broke it. That we were like the first people to talk about that on Drunken Chat. Like, how the hell is this? Marvel don't do acetates. And then that's when we started digging deeper and saw it had the same barcode as the previous released Ultimate Fallout 4 by Black Flag. And all the pieces came together that way. But you know, for what it's worth, it's a bullshit book. And I said I let it be known on whatnot. Anybody that want to cancel y'all orders for this book, I gladly accept the cancellation. Because I wasn't thinking about what I was selling before I actually sold it. But of course, I leave everything up to my buyers on whatnot. Hey, if you have, for the most part, a lot of people don't like accepting buyer's remorse cancellations. I will most of the time, unless I feel like it's a situation where you overpaid for a book on Friday, then you bought it on another sale for cheaper on Saturday, and you just want to return because of that. But for the most part, I'm pretty cool with accepting returns. But that's why I try not to sell too many books that I feel like are bullshit books. Sometimes, look, you get books, comp from other sellers, other vendors, whatever. A lot of people give me free books, and I try to support projects. And you just got a demographic for certain books. Certain people want certain type of books, so that's that's one of the things about being a whatnot seller. That's kind of, you trying to bend a little bit to kind of please everybody, right? But if you look at my regular whatnot sales, I pretty much only sell first party books, books from Marvel, books from Boom, Image, first party stuff. So if something comes back on the back end that's determined to be bullshit, then you can clearly you can go blame Marvel, Image, Boom, whoever. You know, so if Boom says, "Oh, this is a 1 to 25 ratio," and people are paying $100 for it 1 week, and then 2 weeks from now they got 300 of them on their website at $25 a piece. Hey, go talk to Boom about that shit. I'm just selling what they told us. Hey, they said it was a 1 to 25. They didn't say they was gonna have it on their website 3 weeks later for $25 a pop. When people was paying 100 for it before. I can't control that. But with the store exclusives, it's a different game, and something that even sellers on eBay, whatnot, wherever, Macari, you have to think about. You have to vet these sellers when you're getting their exclusives from them, right? You need to really know what you're buying into. You need to know that, hey, um, if you saying this is a 1,000 print run, bro, I don't want to see these sold out one day and then 6 months from now this book is still trickling out on eBay at a ridiculous clip. I don't want to see that. So part that's part of the reason why I've been working closer with Bird City, because I kind of know Ant, I kind of know his pedigree, and I can, and it's easier for me to keep paying attention to what one person is doing versus trying to work with five people are doing and keep up with everything that they're doing, and not being able to call them on a bullshit if I feel like they're not playing the game fair. Because right now I'm watching Ant pretty closely, and if I see Ant do some fuckery, I can say, Ant, that was some bullshit. Cut it out. But if I'm working with everybody and their mama, there's no way for me to keep all of those people accountable, because there's just not enough time in the day for me to keep up with all the books you got coming out, what you saying the print run on the Mar, what you saying is sold out versus not sold out, et cetera, et cetera. So um store exclusives, I don't want store exclusives to get a bad rap. In the past, I shitted on store exclusives. I realized that I was being short-sighted and I wasn't giving them a fair chance and I wasn't doing my research. So I did my research for almost a year before I decided to get involved in store exclusives. Once I educated myself, then I started making a decision to Cover Picks is sponsored by Bird City. Bird City primarily sells store exclusives. They do sell some FOC stuff, ratio incentives, but my big thing, but a big thing for them is store exclusives. Dennis Barger, he does now. Dennis don't do exclusives like some of these guys to where it's an every month thing. Dennis does exclusives, when he wants to, because he has that type of pedigree and that type of reputation. People know Dennis don't fuck around. If we say a book is a certain print, if memory serves me correct, the last 3 or 4 releases from Dennis, he's advertised a 3,000 print run for all of them, if I'm not mistaken.
But he's talked about how the print run's been broken up between him and Sailfish,
yeah,
who he's partnered with. Explained how each one of them getting so many copies. So yeah, he's honest about it, and that's just with any other person that the people that we mess with for store exclusives, in case the people haven't been tracking, are always upfront about this kind of stuff. Otherwise, I wouldn't be involved with people if they weren't honest and upfront about what they were doing behind the scenes. Integrity, again, is what you're doing when people ain't looking.
exactly.
So it is a tough racket, though, man. It really is. And it sucks that we have to be on our toes as much as we do because of some previous stores once offering print runs and then saying, "Oh, we're not going to talk about them no more," and then they're not advertising the print runs, and then showing up with later printings. You know what I mean? Like, what do you mean first printings are sold out? Yeah, we get a second printing now, and it's
Yeah.
like the same artwork and it looks almost identical. It's like, what's going on here, man? I thought this is your store exclusive is getting second printings now.
Look, I know we was talking about UF4 Gate, and I sent my guy the link way before we start fucking talking about UF4. But my brother Skeff is in the building. Skeff, they still been getting you bullshit about the UF4s, because I beat anybody up for you, bro.
That's the reason I hopped on, man. I just wanted to say
Yeah.
I love you. and I am very durable. I can take the beatings. So I've
But that
taken
was,
lots of beatings in my life.
yeah, I was public and telling people that was bullshit how they was coming after you and Danielle, because people, like, in the age that we live in, the internet has been around long enough. Y'all should know you can't look at a 10-second video and feel like you know everything about a
That person,
situation.
or
Yeah,
even
or
that
that
human.
person. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell y'all this. It was a book at SDCC. I follow Skeph around. I didn't follow him around, but every time I saw him for like the first day or two of San Diego Comic Con, I was like, Skeph, you need to go buy a bunch of copies of this book. Skeph would not do it, y'all. He would not do it. And I'm gonna tell y'all what he told me. He said, bro, I don't believe in the book, and I'm not selling that to my people if I don't believe in it. Right hand of God. That's what Skeph told me. He said he
That's
did
true.
not believe in the book. Davis Ryder, I had a book in Chicago I felt like was a good book. He said, bro, I don't believe in the book. I'm not going to buy the book to sell to my people if I don't believe in the book. Mellow, Beach, Webster's Vault all said the same thing. Guys, we had these conversations where one of us might believe in a book, and if the other guys don't believe in it as sellers, like, they just don't rock with it. Now, if
Right.
Batman foil at MegaCon, limited to 1,500 for that show.
Now, here goes the thing about it.
You know what the big book? Wait, actually, the big book is actually the error one, the one that isn't foil. That's the one to find if you can find it.
Well, there was actually a store exclusive that was released after that was not foil.
Well, so what it is that Spectral Comics had a 3-book set of the cover in non-foil, but the one that I have 2 of from the MegaCon in Dallas have the DC label on the back of the book, and it is not foil. That is not correct. It's not supposed to be like that.
Oh wow.
That's
so
interesting.
that is the error. So the foil was, like you said, amount per convention or whatever they want to do, but it was a foil front with a DC on the back, while Spectral Comics were non-foil with his logo on the back. You know what I mean? It just had his logo on the back, really nothing else.
Neat.
So there was a small amount that were non-foil with the legitimate DC logo on the back. I think those are the ones to hold down, or an original copy, whichever one you want.
Yep. My guy Mello for president of the building. Mello,
what's up, everybody? What's up, guys?
Hi, Mello.
Glad to join in. I love the talk that I got in on here. It's nice and spicy.
Yeah, people got this messed up thing about what not sales. They think we just go to the conventions and buy every book out and say that, oh, it's sold out, it's rare, and this, that, and the third. Guys, it's nothing like that. Like, most of the time, like, when we get up in the morning and get ready to go to the con that first day, most of us haven't even spoken to each other. Like, it's not like we just sit around and collaborate on this stuff. We each just kind of pick out the books that we like, that we think the people that attend our live sales are gonna like, and we let the people ultimately decide for themselves what they like and what they don't like. It's like with the UF4, as I told people, every copy I ran $1, 30 seconds. I say people got 30 seconds to decide how much they're going to spend on a book. Yep. And that 30 seconds, they might decide that it's a $10 book. They might decide that it's a $100 book. You never know. It's a risk.
Yeah,
it's a risk.
Exactly.
It's all of this is a risk. When I run a $60 book and I get $30 for it, I don't hear nobody complaining. I don't hear nobody complaining about it. I don't see nobody making posts about it. That happens way more than y'all. Happens way more than y'all. Than y'all realize.
I did a 40 giveaway show last night.
Was wild,
bro. I didn't give away multiple Ultimate Fallout.
Every category.
Every category. 40 giveaways last night. So, but that's
I wanted that Tim Duncan card so bad, man.
I have more. I have more Tim Duncan cards.
I saw that and I was like, I'm in on this. I'll hang out here. Right? I thought it was going to be some different categories here, but my kind of
all the categories, buddy. I want to do something that everybody would like, and
Yeah.
I still got beat out by a couple other YouTubers who still had more viewers than me, but no big deal.
Yeah, I was on while you was on last night. I was like I was sitting there doing my sale, and my sales are slower. I got more of a dedicated audience that knows what kind of books I'm gonna have, and they kind of, they're gonna show up regardless of who else is on. But I was
Correct.
just looking, it was like, oh, Skeff is live. Oh, Comic Tom is live. Oh, Davis Frank. I'm like, what the man?
Now I
It's
do
that
go on
content.
every Sunday at 9 p.m. So, and I wasn't at the convention, so like I go on Sunday 9 p.m. every Sunday. So it's just when they have a convention, those guys go on as well, and they're just like at the end of the day, you're like, all right, well, it is what it is, and
Yeah.
I fear no man when it comes to going live. So
That's right.
I'll go on. It's just whether or not I respect the person who is live, and I might delay the show a little bit and then not tell them, and they might notice and then call me out on it. I'm like, you bitch! I was trying to do something nice. How dare you tell me that I did something nice?
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's it's one of them things where some people look at, oh dang, when Whatnot started adding more sellers, they was like, especially I remember when Comic Tom came on, people was acting like the sky was falling, and it,
This is
hardly
true.
nobody was selling on Whatnot, not near the amount of people that it is now. I'm like, oh,
Correct.
Comic Tom is gonna take up all the buyers. Like, come on, guys, like you act like Comic Tom can run shows 24 hours a day, all day long. Worst case scenario, just playing around, the shows that
Can
he's
he?
doing. But I was looking back at some of my Whatnot sales from last year compared to this year,
Yeah.
and like, man, like if you pounded, I wish I would have had the foresight at that point in time to just pound the ground and sell everything that wasn't stapled down, in my house on Whatnot, because I would have made, a king's ransom. But I was like, oh, I don't want to sell this because it might go for more in the future, or
I did the
this, that, and the
opposite. I
third.
sold
Like,
everything. I sold
yeah,
everything.
I definitely should
I
have
went
sold
ham.
everything.
I went ham. I sold everything that I wasn't like, oh, I can get this back. But it was a learning curve, man. Everything's new. Like it's all learning, and like at the end of the day, like I'm still fairly new to comics. Like it's just we're all learning, and like you learn from the experience, you move forward. And this year, I've definitely I kid you not, I am now, unless it's like for some insane reason, but I'm definitely doing like a show every single day. Like I'm definitely doing a show every single day, unless something crazy comes up. But that's just like I want to do a show every day because at the end of the day, it's just like I wanna put the work in. I want to do I'm down for the work. It's my job, right? So I'm gonna do as many shows as I possibly can fit in a day.
Yeah, man, you always got to stay positive. I've been like, oh, I need to start going. I need to start going on every day and build up my following. I say rebuild up my following, but it's one of those things where I don't go on every single day, but
You got to find your
damn near every
niche.
day. Yeah, damn
You
near
got to
every day.
find your
Yeah.
But
niche.
yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like I'm kind of in my niche. Like I kind of
Yeah.
like know I got a lot of people that like to buy like a bunch of back issues, at a
That's
at a
good.
time, and that's like it's like it's a different type of rhythm that you gotta cater to, because it's almost like
Yes.
somebody coming in a physical location and buying
Yeah.
back issues from you
Mhm.
at a back issue bins, and those shows can be really difficult to plan for, because you might have people that come in and say, "Oh man, show me some Batman," and it's like, "Damn, do I got some Batman? Right
Then
here
it's
that I
just like,
can
what
pull out?"
random Batman do you need,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, right. It's the craziest shows I have had are the shows where I just sit there and take requests, because then people, like, I done had dudes be like, sometimes you get guys be like, "Oh, show me some Batman." You show them everything in the world, you don't want to buy nothing, and then you
Right.
show one guy some Batman, and he might buy a whole short box of fucking Batman
Yeah.
for you.
Right. Yeah.
You never know how it's gonna
But that's the thing,
go,
right?
but
That's the thing is it's just like it's such a rotation of like humans and who's available. It's just the more opportunities the better. And like respect to the guys who only can go on like once a week and like crush. Like more power to them. Like I'm not there yet. I want to be there soon, but
I want to
Not
say
there
at the
yet.
end of this, consistency is the key. Literally, if you're gonna go every day, you're going every day. If you're gonna have your set days, like I agree with you, Ninth. Like today, I went out some back issue hunting. I got some nice back issues. I got some leftover new comic book day stuff. Had some LCS that people didn't clean up on, and I got that. Hey, by the way, I got that Iron Man 22, that all black cover. Got another
Nice.
one of those, so I'm big on that one. But yeah, I think that the opportunity sits with consistency. Like I think scheduling, just being right on time. Like I noticed Skep's going to go on for a lunch pop up, and then he has his set nights that he goes on. Like he was saying Sunday. Ninth, I expect you to come on. That like you're saying, that late night, like you're looking to search a back issue kind of night. It's not like a hopping Friday night where you want to go back issue searching. It's like a Sunday night, a Tuesday night, something slow, easy where you can look at that kind of stuff.
Yeah. You find your balance of it all. At the end of the day, it's still such a new platform, guys. Like, it's evolving, right? It's always changing. It's not like eBay, you know what I mean? It's just
Comics has
different.
only been around since April 2021, right? Something like that.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And look at TCG. It's been around a long time, and they have $1 million sellers on that platform or on that side of things. So it's crazy.
And
it's crazy.
That's why I've been trying to talk Ultra back into doing Whatnot Sales, because I feel like he has the expertise and probably the inventory in certain books that he can specialize in, and you advertise those shows, let's say 2 weeks in advance, and everybody that's on your YouTube knows, all right, let me go check out Ultra. Because believe it or not, when we show books off, especially like me and Ultra, since we, probably content creators before sellers, it's kind of like, oh, well, damn, I want that book because I saw Ultra with it. Like now it's a cool book because people respect, your craft. And I know myself personally, I've found myself wanting books because I've seen other content creators that I trust their word, I trust their eye when it comes to a cover. And it's kind of like, oh, I want to go buy that book now too. So I start, getting on the hunt for a book, or they'll mention a certain artist. So it's like, oh, let me go and look up covers, for this artist. And sometimes that's more powerful than the inventory you have itself, because I've seen some people on Whatnot what amazing inventory, and they can't move it for crap, and it's just one of those things. You just kind of have to find you a lane and hop in it. And once you find that lane and you stay in it long enough, like, you a crush on Whatnot. It's just consistency is, like I said, like you're saying, the big thing is finding that lane and staying in it. Which I've been trying to talk Ultra, man. Get back on Whatnot, bro.
I'll be back soon. I'll be back. I already know what I want to sell, so at least I have that down.
Yeah. I was gonna say Ultra, but ultimately, I think the most important thing is do what makes you happy. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
because not selling books is making me happy right now.
Well, see, there we go. You know what I mean? It's like Ultra. You
have to buy more.
Like, you have a full-time job, right?
Well, I'm a full-time dad. I manage my son during the day, and then I do have an evening job. But I'm multiple income streams with myself being pulled in multiple directions. I dedicate at least 16 to 20 hours a week of my time doing YouTube content and developing my shows. Now that I'm back doing 2 shows a week, it's a little bit more than that. But at the same time, as I'm trying to work as an income stream. So yes, I know that I could probably replace my income stream that I have out there
but you're a busy guy, though. You're a busy guy,
I am
right?
a busy
so at the end
guy.
of the day, you have so for me, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a father, I'm a husband, but like, this is it, man. Like, me doing this as hard as I can, that is it, man. Like, I'm gonna start doing more YouTube. Like, I'm doing YouTube videos starting September 1st. I'm gonna have more YouTube. Partnering with somebody on YouTube to help me out because I'm a big dumb animal and I'm very bad at editing videos. So I found a local guy who I'm gonna pay. He's actually a friend who's gonna help me out. We're gonna record like 3 or 4 videos a week and then release like 2 videos a week. So I'm gonna get back on the YouTube train starting September. But at the end of the day, like, you gotta, like, ROI and time is very important. So like
Yes.
whatever situation works best for you is, I feel like it's like most important. You know what I mean? So it's a crazy situation, but like for me, it's like this. Like me doing this is hard. Like I'm going to guys. I'm going to Canada on Wednesday.
Yeah, but
Like
Skeff, let's be honest. The last couple of times I've gotten books together to do a whatnot sale, I show my friends and they all fight over it and say, "Let me buy, let me buy, let me buy."
right, exactly, right, exactly.
Yeah,
So
that
then
part.
why would you then like you know what I mean? Like you have the benefit because how like Ultra? How long have you been in the comics now?
Okay, so
Right.
I've been back in the comics probably for almost 10 years now.
Right. So that's huge. So you
A
have that
decade, yes.
Rolodex. Right. You have that Rolodex of people that know what you have. And then, hey, I'm putting up for sale. They're like, you know what? I'll just give you, like, why would you say no to that? You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
if you
yeah,
have
because
an
my
outlet for
friends
your
on the ninth
books.
year likes to negotiate with me and tell me that I'd be doing myself a service to just sell him this stack of books right now for a discount rather than me going and doing all the labor. I'm
Listen,
like,
at the end of the day,
sometimes
ninth, it's worth it.
sometimes the juice
It
is
is.
worth the squeeze there for me, and
It
I'm just like,
is,
here, take it.
dude. Ninth, but that's right. That's the deal, though. Ninth is 100% right. At the end of the day, it's all about the time versus ROI. And for
Yeah.
ninth, that ROI is worth it. And for you, the minimal amount of time is worth it. So, like that, at the end of the day, man, if you have that, if you have the connections, if you have the Rolodex of humans, I feel just continue. You know what I mean? Like, do what works best for you. You know what I mean?
But at the same time, like when I rolled out, I definitely was like, okay, I'm going to theme this up. My first couple of shows were outlined. Like I did a Catwoman Hughes theme the first time around, and then I definitely tried to outline what I've got coming up. So,
which is great.
And you guys probably heard me brag about this. I've got a John Kent Super Sun sale coming at you. That will be my return to Whatnot. Is going to be John Kent related books, and it's going to be
intense.
basically all the Super Sons and the Superman run that has him in it. Action Comics with Oz, aka Jor-El. Isn't that weird?
I love that.
Like the Jor-El Spec did not take off. He just became the abusive grandpa that took John Kent into the future.
Yep, exactly, right? It's going to be fine, right? It's going to be fine.
He came back a man.
But you know what, Ultra? Is the thing about it is that the way I look at it is like, yeah, selling on Whatnot weekly might not be the thing for you, but at the same time, you can provide an experience for your viewers, for your YouTube channel. So, maybe once a month or twice a month, do a Whatnot sale.
Yeah.
Honestly, people will sit on Whatnot and just listen to you talk about stuff. Like,
man, and you know what?
That's
exactly it. I don't even need to get on there to sell nothing. I can just get on there and just talk about shit.
Yeah. I've done that.
But
before,
I mean, selling stuff is always the cream. Selling stuff is always the cream on the crop. Because here's gonna happen: if you get on there to just talk about stuff, they'll be like, "Oh, let us see that book you're talking about." Oh, well, why don't you run it, bro? Then that's how you fall down the rabbit hole of selling off your whole damn collection.
Oh, don't make me do a pickup video on Whatnot now. People,
pickup videos work good on.
Listen, Ultra. I think people like so this weekend I'm gonna test that. So I've done like what you talked about, where like you just go on and chat. Where I think at the end of the day, it's one of the things where I think Whatnot, obviously, it's a selling platform, right? But isn't YouTube and YouTube's a content platform, right? But people do sell on YouTube. So couldn't you then also provide content on Whatnot?
Real comic book hustlers got their eBay page set up, their Whatnot page set up, their IG page set up, their private chat set up, their Discord chat set up, everything all set up. They're selling in all these different marketplaces. Yeah. They've got listings everywhere. They've got connections everywhere. They're buying, they're selling on a regular basis. So
some people, you're right. Some people do it better than others. Like I'm learning. But
I know some people that don't want to go on Whatnot altogether, but still sell books on a regular. And I love trading with you too. You give me good books every time we trade, man.
I need to trade with Ultra. That sounds awesome. I want to trade with Ultra. But Ultra, I think you're right though. I think the concept of like what you can do, like so for example, this weekend, I'm gonna test it out again where like so I'm gonna do a live Whatnot show with Mark Brooks. And we're not gonna sell anything. We're just gonna hang out and talk about stuff. And so right. Like I get to hang out with
that Black Queen that he just did for the Phoenix anniversary set, and then he did the matching Emma Frost in the bed sheets, the red bed sheet thing that he did there. Props to you, Mr. Brooks. Props.
Right? It's so funny. I talked to him about that. He was like, no one ever compliments the bed sheets, but that took forever.
No, man.
Which
like,
book was that he did those covers on?
It was San Diego
that I
Comic Con
believe
ones.
it was. What was it?
San Diego Comic Con.
Factor number.
Just type in Mark
6?
Brooks San Diego Comic Con, but it should be 6. It should be 6. But no, Ultra. That's what I'm gonna test out this weekend. Like, can I just do a show with Mark Brooks? Like, I'll
Just
buy
do
some
Mark Brooks
books.
Phoenix anniversary variants, and they'll pop back up.
They will pop back up, yeah. So I'm gonna test it out this week, man. We'll hang out with Mark Brooks, and we'll just talk, and we'll see if people just like. It'll be one of the things where like it'll be like kind of like an ask me anything. Like, have any life questions for Mark Brooks? Let's ask away, and just to kind of just see if the concept of like actual like content,
You had them
is
up there in
something
the
that
images.
These
Yeah,
are okay.
The second image. There you go. Boom.
yeah, that was
So that was
Blue-
one.
there it
There's
is.
the ones from this year with Emma Frost,
Yep.
and he had like 4 different variants.
Oh, there go all of them.
Yep.
Right.
Yep,
Is
right
it gonna
there.
load up
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
It's not loaded up right.
There they are. That's them though.
So the Black Queen one though. So the trade dress and the original releases have the big yellow Phoenix 30th anniversary logo on it. There was a store variant that did a version of that Black Queen that is
Yes,
fire.
there was. Yes.
But I'm real, I'm a hater. Let's go ahead and
You're
say
a hater.
I'm a hater, and I wasn't really feeling the exclusive on that one because it was just basically like, hey, there's a regular release, we're just shortchanging it by removing the trade dress and releasing it ourselves. So,
Right.
But I mean, this is definitely Mark Brooks's thing, and for me, I think Ninth remembers me talking about this, that if they're going to do X-Men movies for a new generation, the love triangle needs to be Cyclops in between Jean Grey and Emma.
Oh hell, y'all couldn't see nothing that I was looking at over here. Good lord.
No, we couldn't see nothing that you were looking at. We just saw the Emma Frost still up on the screen there.
Yeah.
Which
I was
fine.
going through
It
Mark
wasn't
Brooks'
bad.
whole freaking Twitter, Facebook account or something. I don't know. Look at that, man. That's just. But he got some heat coming for NYCC. He was showing a preview of.
I think you might have some stuff for Canada. I literally told him. I told him, like, you draw the best Psylocke. Like, I don't care what anybody says. You, my friend, draw the best Psylocke.
That is going to be wild. That
Spider-Gwen?
Well, it was. I don't think it was a Spider-Gwen. I think it was just or
whatever it was.
Spider-Man's got Iron Spider and Iron Cat,
Yeah.
but it's a different rendition of the Iron Cat.
Yes.
So that's tough.
You already seen the Skiff?
Yeah, ever since getting to know the man, I'm like, all right, let's go ahead and brush up on the social media. But yes, I've seen all that. I sent him a couple messages where I'm like, dude, I'm very excited. He's like, I can't wait. It's gonna be fun.
And this is another one of those love triangles that we should be seeing on screen, where it should be Black Cat and Mary Jane with Peter in between.
We almost had it. But then we didn't. And it didn't happen. And then I was sad.
Don't be sad. There's always Mark Brooks.
I know, right? I really can't wait. I'm very excited to hang out with Mark Brooks. So I'm doing shows this week for Canada. I'm doing shows with Mark Brooks, and then Ryan Otley, and then Ryan Stegman are the shows I'll be helping out with at Canada. So I'm like, all right, that seems awesome. That'll be fun.
Yeah, when you leaving for Canada?
Wednesday morning. So I'm leaving like bright and early at like
I leave
8 a.m.
Wednesday evening, like around.
I got to get there to try poutine and then get my complimentary moose ride, is what I was told once I entered the country.
Oh, good lord!
You get to ride a moose, right?
I'm not riding no moose, but what's poutine?
I don't know. I was told to try it.
Oh boy!
So that could be moose shit.
No.
You know what? Hey, Ninth, listen, you can't insult the customs when you get there, so you have to try it.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I mean, I've been to Toronto before. I mean, I've been to Canada a few times. Man, it's definitely a different. Canada is a different place in person than what you probably see on TV and stuff like that. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I was. Like, I was pretty surprised. And I heard that the McDonald's are I heard that the McDonald's are still pretty good in Canada. I remember when I was younger, I always thought the McDonald's in
Oh, that
Canada
sounds
was
great,
better
Aaron.
than the McDonald's in America. But of course, America, like you know, some countries set the bar for stuff. We kind of lower the bar for a lot of
What? We
for a lot
lower
of
the
shit.
bar? No. Called a Royale with
You
cheese.
don't say.
Really?
We definitely lower the bar for a lot of stuff. We took a lot of good stuff and turned it into
We made a
and
South Park
turned it
episode
into
about that.
hey man. Hey man,
We did. We made a South
we
Park episode about that one.
we find Americans, we find ways to jack stuff up for real.
This is
But
very true. Very true.
yeah, man. I haven't really just started looking yet to see what exclusives they will have in Canada.
I don't even
But
care. I'm like so over it. I don't care.
yeah, you like, man, I ain't talking about exclusives no more.
Nope, no more. I'm there to buy back issues and then whatever original art I can pick up from Comic Sketch Art, and then that's it. I mean, there's going to be that Batman gold foil book, so whatever that means.
From who releasing that?
Dallas or not Dallas? Jesus, I'm so tired. From Fan Expo is releasing.
Oh,
the
from Fan
Batman
Expo themselves.
423.
Okay.
It's a yellow version of the other version.
Okay. Interesting. We'll
Yeah.
see what that's about. We'll see what
Exactly.
that's about.
It's going to be super dumb. I can't wait not to get one.
I'm pretty sure we can manage to get one. And
But it's
Expo
crazy, though.
Toronto. Let's see if I can find that book. What do Canadians eat besides maple syrup?
Poutine.
Oh my God, poutine. We just talked about this.
All right, let's figure out what poutine is. How you spell that?
It's Poutine.
Okay.
I do believe Aaron said it was gravy,
Oh,
cheese, and
okay.
French fries.
Yeah, gravy,
sounds great.
cheese, and French fries.
Sounds great.
That look like blue cheese or something. Why is that cheese like all clumpy?
It's Canadian. It's Canadian.
Is this what Bret the Hitman Hart grew up on? Poutine?
Yeah,
Something
that's
like
why
that.
it's so strong. That's why it's so strong. You know what I'm actually excited for? Are you guys any of you guys Stranger Things fans?
I've watched Stranger Things. Yeah, I guess you would say I'm a fan.
Okay, well, I'm a fanatic, I guess. I am a fanatic, and Eddie Munson is going to be at Fan Expo Canada, and I'm just like super excited.
Ooh, dang, Corey Ross did a dope Eddie Munson sketch. That would be a good one to have signed. Is CGC gonna be there?
I mean, I don't think they will, but there'll be at least 8 other people that can facilitate the CGC thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I'm sure I'm sure it'll be very easy to find somebody to do that. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm just excited to go check it out, man. It's gonna be fun. So I'm gonna try to meet. Gonna try to meet. I thought that'd be fun. So do that.
That'll be fun. They had the Stranger Things pop up store here in Dallas for like a month or so.
That sounds awesome.
I didn't go though. I should have went just so I could get the upside down Honey Nut Cheerios.
Oh, I want the thinking cap.
But you know what? I should have went to that Stranger Things store just to buy the merch there and flip it on Whatnot.
I bet you'd be surprised about like what it probably wouldn't go for. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true. That'll be one of those things where everything will go below FMV.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You'd
Yeah,
be like,
exactly. I made a mistake. I've made a terrible mistake. But I'm just getting books I just shipped out
poutine and a pastry called Beaver Tail.
Yes, I need to have a beaver tail. It's like a pastry the size of a beaver tail.
All right, let's look up Beaver Tail.
Something Darity's gonna pop up. You should pre-screen.
Oh yeah,
that.
make sure Safe Search is on.
Oh, they sell these at Buc-ee's.
Yeah,
well, they sell everything
Beaver
at Buc-ee's,
store.
So
yeah, Buc-ee's sell every damn thing. So QC says careful. Rocksteady, cheese curds is the official way. So what's the difference between like regular cheese and cheese curds?
You mean a cheese curd is just a fried piece of cheese? Have you not
That's all
had a
it
cheese
is?
curd? You not had cheese
Nah,
curd? You're
I
about to
don't
have
eat
one.
anything with cheese except for pizza. I just really have not been a fan of cheese in my life. I think I ate too much of it as a kid.
Oh, well then, but I mean, cheese curds are phenomenal. It's just crispy on the outside. It's like, do you guys like mozzarella sticks?
yeah.
Then you
My
will
son
love
loves
a
all
cheese
this, so
curd.
it's fine.
A cheese curd is a mini, better tasting mozzarella stick.
Fucking Mellow.
Mellow, yeah, Mellow left. I don't know why I did that. Mellow, why'd you leave? You just left it
He
on?
in Janky, Florida, where they got janky internet.
Oh, leave poor Florida alone. It's not their fault. They're not a place.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
hey now. We are a
I
third
used to live
world.
in Florida. I lived in Fort Lauderdale for 15 years. I can say that.
Fort Lauderdale is definitely
What? Skip,
another
you used to live in
universe.
Fort Lauderdale?
I did.
Dang, man.
Yeah. I've lived
That's
a
baller
lot of
territory.
places. It was baller territory. And I'm like, I hate people. I have to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you
why I
don't
live
like
out
people, definitely not a good place to be.
I don't. That's why I live out in the middle of nowhere here in Indiana. And I'm like, I get off my lawn. I like my quiet.
Get off
So-
my lawn. That's great.
Yeah, that's pretty much, dude. I tell everybody that. I'm like, what kind of life do you live? I'm like, the quiet, as in, get off my lawn, please. It has just been watered. I just sent off 100 books to get pressed and graded. So excited for those to get back. Hopefully, sometime in the next 7 months.
Tight.
Yeah, it should be fun. Got some big books in there. Got a Hawkman #4, Edge of Spider-Verse #2, New Mutants '98, Bloodstone #1. What are a couple of bangers in there? A couple other big ones. But yeah, just like books that I'm like, oh, I should probably get these pressed. Oh, Batman Adventures #12. So a bunch of some fun books that I'm like, oh yeah, I should probably get these graded and pressed and brought back so I can sell them on Whatnot.
I'm just going through my watch list here.
You going through your cheese curds collection?
A lot of cheese curds, guys. That's a lot of cheese. A lot of dairy is bad for you.
Oh
That's
man.
weird.
But you know what, man? I'm excited to see how Toronto turns out. Do you know any other Whatnot sellers going? So far, I know you going. Danielle is going. The Beachside crew.
I don't think
Nomad?
Davis or Tom are going. I don't think Jem's going.
They're probably worn out from
Emerald
ECC.
City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you got to be
Yeah.
vaxxed to go too, or you got to do the
Yes.
negative. Do you have to be
Yes.
vaxxed, or do you just have to pop a negative COVID test before you?
I have no idea because I'm fully vaccinated, so I don't know the other aspect of that question.
Me too. So I was like, well, I can get into Canada. So I was trying to. I was doing all the. Oh, Mello not going.
Oh, okay.
Wah.
Oh, okay. Davis is
Mello from Florida. He probably not vaxxed.
Ninth wonder. Don't you make assumptions about humans?
I'll make assumptions about Mello, but normally, no, I would not make assumptions about people. See, he's not vaxxed. He's from Florida. That's like saying water is wet. People from Florida don't get vaxxed. That's like saying water is wet. People will probably say the same thing about me being that I'm from Texas, but I'm actually vaxxed.
This is true.
Oh,
they would say the same thing about
Toom
you.
is going. Man, Skev, do you know who Toom is?
I should. No, I don't know who Toom is.
Okay, you should.
You fucking should.
Hold
on, let me show you.
Is he on Instagram?
Yes, he's on Instagram.
Okay. Do I just type in Toom?
I'm gonna show you real quick. No, his name on Instagram is Swords and Snakes, I think.
Oh.
Swords. Is it Swords and Snakes? I think that's his name on. Oh, he's the coolest. He's the coolest guy ever. So he did this drawing of Uncle Mel.
Oh my god, that's really good.
Yeah, he's such a cool guy, man. Hold on, let me. So this is the old one he did of the whole drunken chat crew.
Fucking Uncle Mel. I love Uncle Mel so much. Love that
So
man
that's
so
another one he
much.
did of the whole drunken chat crew. He
He
did one
goes,
of
he put
Lucy's.
it. He goes, fuck that book.
Right, you see it?
Yeah, I can hear. I can actually like. So anytime someone says that, all I hear is Uncle Mel saying, "Fuck that book." I laugh so hard. Is it bad when I'm reading his messages? I just hear his voice in my head now, and
Right.
it just puts a smile on my face every time.
No,
So look at
that's
his
about right.
COA. That's pretty dope. Man, honestly, I want somebody. I want to have Anthony or somebody have him do a store exclusive. Like, I think
Wow,
his art style is so bizarre that
it
if
is.
you get
It's
the
like,
right concept,
I
if you
mean,
get the
this is
right
just
concept, oh, go ahead,
it's
bro.
just waiting for a it's drunken chat exclusive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Knock knock.
Right there it is.
And if his style is so bizarre that's the only thing I hate about using IG on the web. You don't. There go the one he did for Lucy. It's so
Crazy.
bizarre, but like the creativity is there, right? Like I know artists
Yeah,
who can really draw, but like they don't have any creativity, so they never really have any covers that
correct.
pop, right? Like
Right,
obviously he's not the greatest artist in the world, but his creativity is out of this world. If you really pay attention to the stuff that he's putting in there, like the Mel
correct.
stuff, it kind of jumps off the page for us because we know who Mel is and
Right.
all of that stuff and his disdain for wizards and dinosaurs. So
I mean, it's very Rick and Morty-ish. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
It's very Rick and Morty-ish.
Yeah,
It's
then too,
very Rick and
if he does
Morty-ish.
a digital version of it, he can clean stuff up and make it look even better.
Hilarious.
Yeah, look at that. Battle babies.
I'd buy that book, right?
ABCU in hell.
Wow.
It's the it's
Wow.
the it's the little things, man. It's the little
It is,
things.
right? It's those little notations of like life just being better, right?
Yeah. Man, I love this guy, man. And such a cool guy. Look at this, the Dolphin Warriors. Wet Dolphin Warriors. That so funny.
That's
Like
phenomenal.
I could definitely see him having a niche following. But
But,
really cool guy though.
that's the beautiful thing, right? About art is that like there's no I mean, art's art, right? Like you love what you love and you don't apologize for it, right? Like that's why there's so many different artists. That's why there's so many different covers. That's why there's you know what I mean? Like everybody likes something different. You know what I mean?
Yeah. His Star
Like
Wars 1 parody.
these are great.
Yeah. Great guy though, man. Great guy. Love Toon. Uh, oh look, there you go. There go Toon. There go my brother in the house. Somebody must have sent him a DM and told him that we was speaking of his name.
He's like, how dare
Not
they? Oh
too
wait,
not too many of your ilk. Not too many of your ilk, Toon. Not too many of
I
your
love it.
ilk, brother.
I love it.
But yeah, he's so look. I forgot Toon was from Toronto, man.
Oh, so he'd be there.
Yeah, so very excited to meet Toon. We talk over DMs regularly. So yeah, very excited to meet Toon. Toon, if I would have been thinking about it, bro, he just bought some books from me too. I could have just took those books to Canada with me and seen if we could have saved you on some shipping or something, man. That's the only thing, man, that that kind of sucks is that when people are in Canada and it's so crazy because Canada it's places in the United States that are closer to everywhere in Canada than they are to most places in the United States. And the shipping just jumps,
Yeah,
tremendously in between those two
it
places.
was crazy. Ooh, do you guys hear about the Marvel news?
What is that?
I've got the it's not official, but like always that's always that fun thing, right? About so D23 happens next month. Do you know that?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So at D23, supposedly they're supposed to announce the cast of Fantastic Four, the cast of Thunderbolts, a Wonder Man series, a project for Nova, a Halloween special, and then Armor Wars, Shang-Chi, and Deadpool 3.
Holy crap!
Yeah,
Uh,
I already. That's basically the rumor mill that I've been keeping tabs on too. Big Remo in the house.
Right?
How you
So
guys doing?
Man,
So the
we good,
Deadpool
Remo. How are you?
3 is probably the most anticipated one of that, just because
which
of
one?
how
Which one?
Deadpool 3. Like
Oh,
all the other
yeah.
ones we've known about. We heard about the Wonder Man project and we knew it was going to be a Disney Plus series.
Yes.
You know, the Halloween special is news.
Yes. That's
But-
for the Werewolf by Night. The Halloween special is gonna be the Werewolf by
Oh,
Night.
so that one is not new. That is old
Right.
news.
That one. Well, I'm just guessing. I'm just guessing that's what.
I
it's
mean,
supposed to
no,
be.
you are correct because that was how they said that the Halloween special was going to be a Werewolf by Night Halloween special.
I'm
So I do
excited for
remember
Armor
that.
Wars. I like
Armor Wars was the one that they left off of the SDCC schedule.
Yes.
That had everybody
Yes.
like freaking out. About. And
Yeah,
everybody's like, whoa,
exactly.
whoa. They gotta save some stuff for D23 later on, man.
Yeah.
They can't give you everything, but we already
Right.
we know Armor Wars is going to happen. We
Very
know
excited for
that
Armor Wars.
Riri showing up in Wakanda Forever is going to lead to Armor Wars.
Yes. I am super stoked, man. Super stoked for this. But yeah, I'm just like I hope all this news is true and it's gonna be really fun.
Well, we call this one Disney Shima.
Disney.
No, that's what Mel calls it, at least. Because there really is so much spec-worthy bombs that come out of the D23. SDCC was good. Obviously, Secret Wars, people were really, really happy to hear about that.
Yeah.
And just knowing what's coming on the Marvel movie slate is important for a lot of people, especially for people who only are that reactionary to MCU stuff. Like for me, I care more about what's going on. Like if a comic character appears in one book and they appear in another one, I always sometimes look to see what happens to their first appearance originally, even though they haven't had a TV or a movie appearance. Just usually that's enough to get people looking for their older books or their first appearance.
Oh, speaking of older books and first appearances, I'm scrolling through Instagram and someone mentioned your name, which you probably saw, about that Doctor Strange book.
Hate that book. Fucking disgusting book.
Wait, the Doctor Strange, that 384, right?
So that's the book that everybody jumped to when they couldn't find the A-cover first print, and then they went to that one because they're like, oh, it's a variant. Oh, it's Young Avengers.
Right.
And yeah, it's a qualifier, but it's in the realm of books that is only rare because nobody ordered it because nobody cared.
Right.
All right. So it's a book that I witnessed go from selling for cover, and then somebody hyped it up because, oh, look, it's Young Avengers on the cover.
Right.
But how do you guys feel about that? Like when you have a Guardians of the Galaxy variant and it's got the Inhumans on it and no Guardians on it whatsoever, and it's like an Inhumans 50th anniversary variant.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Bro, I hate when Marvel puts characters that's not in the book on the cover of the book, bro. I will never accept that.
Like Captain America getting a 50 copy Jeff Scott Campbell variant on Miles Morales Spider-Man #2.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Like what the fuck is that, man?
Exactly. Yeah.
Wasted covers. That's all.
There's something going on with the editorial staff that they're not noticing. Like, yes, it's good to have theme variants every now and then, but you know what? Can you make the theme like actually fit the book that it's showing up in?
Yeah,
and
that happens.
That is the case for that Doctor Strange book.
Yeah, I actually like the cover A better. The cover A I like better.
They did a whole bunch of those Young Avengers variants that month. That just happens to be one that fell in a book with a first appearance. That the A cover is actually more desirable because it's, Doctor Strange kind of like semi-venomized out with the void.
Yeah,
and really everybody went ham over the A cover, and then people noticed how uncommon that B cover was because it's crap, and then they hyped it and they started trying to make it sell for more. And I think they were successful. I think they did, hype the book up to where it was like a $40 or $50 book at one point.
Which is what people are asking for nowadays. Still, they're still asking for that same price.
And there's no reason for that book to be selling for that much, being that cover is inferior to the cover A, which actually has the void on it.
Right, so you can get the cover A right now. I was checking eBay. Get the cover A for like $15-$20.
Yeah.
And then what's the second print selling for?
Second print's going for like 20 to 40, but still less than the Young Avengers one.
And the second print showing Strange with the
Looking
tree
like
of
Jesus.
Yggdrasil turning into,
Like Jesus.
Yeah, the Strange Supreme, right? Like
Yes. Yeah.
that is a better cover. I'm sorry, but
Yes.
that's a better cover than that Young
It
Avengers
is.
one, and the Young
Yeah.
Avengers one has no warrant for selling for what it does.
But
So
that's the
I'm a
crazy
hate.
thing, right?
I'm a hate on it. Basically,
No. So the concept is, I think you're using that word incorrectly. I think you're using that word hate incorrectly. You were just providing a substance on why you disagree with why that cover is going for more. I mean, it's not hate when you're providing, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you're just like,
I disagree.
There we go, right? You disagree. And here's one I want your opinion on. What do you think about this, like, kind of interesting skyrocket, if you haven't seen, but the 8 billion genies, number one, the first print cover A is going for like $40+.
That's all the people that couldn't get the Bird City copy.
Yeah.
No. So issue number one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different covers. The only one that has exploded. So there's a B, a C, a 1 in 10, a 1 in 25, and a 1 in 50. So of all the number ones, obviously I don't count the exclusive, but of the number ones, the only one that has blown up is the number one first print cover A by triple the amount versus everything else.
So when you say triple the amount, so what are we getting? You said $40 for an A cover number one now?
I think it's like more. I think it's like 40 to 50 right now for a first print cover A, the one with the white background. I'm checking eBay because I've been watching it.
If the hype is real,
50 cheapest buy it now on eBay, $50 for the first print cover A, the white background.
And what are the incentives doing?
The incentive, I think the last time I checked was when I was at in Chicago. The 1 in 25 was going for like 50, I think. Yeah, no, the 1 in 25, 1 in 25 is going for 50. I think the 1 in 50 is going for like maybe 75, 90. Okay, it is now up to 120 is the cheapest available right now for the 1 in 50.
8 billion genies, man.
It's a great read. If you haven't read it, great read. But it's surprising to see kind of like just that little surprise pop of just a first print cover A.
Well, and you know why? Because
tell me, teach me. That's what I'm asking. I bring it for your.
When you have so many variant covers, like when you have 4 or 5 different variant covers that are open order, A covers tend to get diminished. That's one of the reasons why. So what you're probably looking at is just availability of an A cover.
Okay.
So yeah, I see the one in 50 with the cat. I remember these now. For it's just.
It was like Nugs, the A cover, everybody ended up wanting it because there was so many of the variants that they made the A cover kind of like, desirable because
so I mean, like right now, the B cover Jenny Frisian is $12.
Right. That seems like a great deal. I bought a bunch of those, so I already have a bunch of them.
If the property really is going to do, and here's the Decount Shalvey variant first print for $17. I mean, and that's where it starts to get strange.
Yeah.
So the C
that's why I wanted to bring it up to
you. Aren't really doing anything.
Right.
Huh.
Yeah. See, that's why I wanted to bring it up to you. I was curious. I'm like,
Frisian probably sold a ton of covers. Let's just, like out of all the copies ordered, if you guys were all at your LCS and they said, hey, would you get a cover from this artist, or this artist, and Frisian was one of the 3 options, you'd probably be like, yeah, let me get 50% of them as the Frisian and then 25 and 25 if there's only 3 options.
Yeah. You got to remember the same thing happened to Something That's Killing the Children where they had the Jenny Frisian and the cover A was just all right, the cover A. And
Well, you had
The
Jay
Jenny
Lee,
Friesen was
Jenny
ordered.
Friesen, and then Werther, and everyone's like, "Who's the Werther guy?"
Yeah. So the same thing. History repeats itself. But I'm gonna tell y'all what I think the next 8 billion genies is.
9 billion genies.
20,
Yeah.
20 billion.
But I was curious. Though it's interesting to see that little sudden pop, and there's so many different options for that book out there. I thought that was interesting.
I mean,
really,
it's been rising the last few weeks. Actually, I mean, I think people are still running into them at LCSs, and they're grabbing them up, and they're grabbing them up, and then they're kind of. I mean, I know somebody who recently went to an LCS and bought about 10 or 15 of them over the weekend. So,
like First Prince.
Yeah.
Did you finally read it?
What is that?
I haven't read it yet.
Pull down the D23 thing.
Oh, hands down, yes, I agree.
Survival Street.
That book right there is a lightning in the bottle. Doesn't come around very often with an original premise, an original story, and one that is shockingly, scaringly accurate for the times we live in. So I think that book hit on all cylinders, and which is the reason why when we talked about it on Drunken Chat, I even was like, okay. Because somebody was like, yo, what is Ultra studying over there? And I'm like, I had to read this book. I had to read it just because. But yeah, the guts of that book, for the people who are watching, Survival Street even
Hey
has...
guys, welcome to Forward. We're a new type of doctor's office.
Just mute him. Okay, so it's Muppets Gone Bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and so when I remember when this book was on FOC, and I saw it, like something just like it jumped out to me.
You could
it was
just
like,
tell me the truth. Just nice. It's okay if you could say out loud that you love Muppets. You can just say it. You don't have to hide, beat around the bush. You are a Muppet fanatic, and it's okay to admit it.
I had a Tickle Me Elmo when I was a kid.
See, thank you. I knew we were getting somewhere with this one.
But no, seriously though, like something just jumped out at me about this book.
So is this already? So this came out August 3rd, and they're like, I guess I don't know if my shop probably got any in. I don't know.
So they waited 2 weeks also before they FOC'd issue 2.
Oh.
Yeah, and
you don't want to turn it off before we get a copyright strike.
Yeah, how the hell did Flipside get?
All right. Well, my shop has some. I'll be purchasing some in my shop while we talk. So if you didn't need to chat about it, like go to my shop and buy. Yeah, they have some. So I'm going on their website right now, buying them right now.
Yeah, I have
that B cover.
The B cover.
Okay. B cover's hard to find.
Okay, add the card.
I think the B cover is already going for like $25.
No, not yet. Wait, let me double check. eBay. No, on eBay they're only $10. It's cover
B cover
more. Wait, how many covers are there?
Only A and the B.
Only 2.
Oh, yes, I apologize. Yes, the B is going for 20. The A is going for 10.
So no ratio incentives, no store exclusives. That just smells of money to me.
Money. I like the premise though. That looks like fun though.
So I checked my LCS never had this in stock on their website, and when they released their new comic books claim album, I never saw it on there either. You know what? Actually, let me check another shop in Dallas to see if they had it.
All right. So 2 copies of cover A and 2 copies of cover B are picked up and purchased.
Yeah, see, one of my shops is sold out on cover B.
And now they're sold out.
Now they got this thing. I mean, I'm willing to guess this thing is pretty low print run. If I just had to guess for myself, I'm thinking this thing is pretty low print run.
Well, I mean, the same thing was said about the Last Flight? What was it? Was it the
Last Flight Out? Yeah,
that one. Yeah.
But
it's a good story. Good story. Elaborate on the story because I'm gonna read it when I pick it up tomorrow.
So the corporations have found a way to get themselves elected into seats, and they have made America a very, 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 very bad place to live. And it is now all about survival, and it comes down to the superpowered Muppets. I mean, he's basically like telling humans, he's like, it's a damn shame you guys got to breathe under this water, and he's like shooting and like flooding the chamber and killing humans, and he's taking his wet Muppet self out and just bringing himself out. He's like, done deal.
I'm in.
Yeah, like executing bad guys Muppet style, man. Like I love that.
Yeah. Hey guys, I gotta bounce the bat here real quick. I gotta take an important call. I love you guys. Thank you guys for everything.
All right, brother. Thank you for coming through. I'll see you in Toronto. So yeah, Survival Street, guys.
Death by
Muppet.
Don't
have it, go and pick it up, man. I actually got my cover B off of Whatnot, of all places. This is a seller, man. I cannot remember his name, but when it comes to new comic book day stuff, like he always has the fire. It's one of Mel's guys. But yeah, Survival Street, man. I'm telling you. QC saying they got some on T-Fall at $3.59. Like I haven't been hitting as many shops as I normally do, but like when I came back from being in Florida and so far from what I've seen in Texas, I haven't seen any of these Survival Streets on the shelf. So I'm pretty sure they in some LCSs out there. I don't think it's like with some most newer releases where you can go in, a few weeks after release and still find them on shelves. I think people are starting to kind of hear about it a little bit. But I don't know if I showed it out before, but James Asmus, the guy that wrote this book, I have the first signed copy of Survival Street by him. I got it at C2E2. So that was pretty neat because he did a little inscription on it that said first signed copy. So
hell yeah.
Yeah, pretty neat stuff right there. But yeah, Survival Street, man, y'all definitely go and check that out if y'all haven't done so already. And like I said, no store exclusives. So if you're one of those people that despise store exclusives, you should be buying this book because there's no store exclusives on it, no ratio variant. So there was like zero incentive for anyone to over order on this book unless they just had a gut feeling about it. Like I did, and even I didn't pre-order copies. I just put in requests with all the LCS I know, like, hey, can I get a couple copies of this? And when I saw them pop up on Whatnot, I will order them off of Whatnot. So yeah, we'll sit this back here so y'all can see it behind me. Hold on, did I put it directly behind me too? What an idiot I am! But yeah, that cover. Is it still behind me? What the hell? Let me see. What's showing? Put it down here. The camera's going that way, so you can't see it now. But really good book. Remo, why you all quiet over there, man? You mad because I figured out your combination on them new chips?
No, not at all. That somebody else got the food with him, man, because I didn't want to be the only one.
But, because I went to Tom Thumb today, which is Randall's. I think Randall's on the East Coast, and maybe Safeway in California. All right, so I know when I lived in California, like Safeway was like the main grocery store. Is it still like that? Yeah. So we used to have Safeway down here. We don't anymore. But I guess it's just more of a rebranding thing.
I got HEB. You don't need no Safeway.
Yeah. Well, we got but HEB ain't everywhere in Texas like people think. Like Dallas has no HEBs. Now we have Central Markets, which are like an offshoot of HEB. It's like a higher scale HEB, but they finally starting to put HEBs in Dallas, which is going to be huge. Like I used to work for HEB, man, and people, man, HEB is like a multi-billion-dollar company, and they only in Texas. It's so much money. It's so much money in food. Like the healthcare benefits was like unreal when I was working with HEB. Like I wasn't paying for like no prescriptions, like doctors copay visits, like was non-existent. Like
they was footing the whole bill.
Yeah, if I could get a work from home job with them, I would definitely like go back and work with them in a minute, man, because benefits was was crazy, man. Like cash bonuses. Like, But yeah, man.
I ran into him over the weekend. I was just standing in line getting some Visine and some Benadryl for my daughter because she had gotten like a bug bite or something.
Mm-hmm.
And they were, with one of those last second things you're about to pay and check out and you eyeballing something. And I'm like, I looked and I was, man, I just grabbed him. Man, I
let me go grab the bag because the people probably like, man, what is these dudes?
I wanted a small bag, the little small bag, but then they only had the big bag, so I was like, all right, I'll grab the big bag. Yeah, man. I couldn't put them down, man. My wife got mad. I was like, over like 2 days, I ate the whole bag. She was like, motherfucker, you eat all those things. I'm like, hey, my bad.
Man.
I had to have it. Hey, what you think about my little? Yeah, buddy. Hey,
the Doritos, Cool Ranch Lay's, Cool Ranch flavor, man. That Cool Ranch tastes so much better on a potato chip than it does a corn chip.
Man, you're gonna make me have to make
is it just run? Hey, is it just that flavor they had too? They only had that one?
No, I saw they had like a Cheetos one, but I didn't really see the point
No, I'm just making sure they didn't have nacho cheese and Cool Ranch.
Oh, I didn't see nacho cheese.
I only seen the Cool Ranch, and I was like, man, they usually would have at least nacho cheese. That's like the flagship flavor, and they didn't have it. So I was like, oh, all right. Yeah,
see, I wouldn't want the nacho cheese on the potato chip.
That's what I said. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't an option because my daughter loves nacho ones, and I was like, hey, they didn't have it. She thought I was hating on her, and I was like, nah, they just didn't have it.
Like, Dad, you lying?
Yeah, you a hater. You just because I like Cool Ranch is my jam. Like I like regular Doritos, but if I had the choice, I take those or the spicy ones, the purple bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was like, oh, you just don't like the nacho cheese ones. I'm like, hey, if they had them, I would have grabbed them. So. Right. But yeah, no, they're fire, man. I like them.
For sure. That's what's up, man. Well, I figured out your recipe, and I got me a bag. And I don't already ate like half them jokers.
I'm trying to tell you, I tried to put the bag away, hide it. I walked away for like a couple hours, come back to that bitch.
Ocha like, let me slide up to the Publix or the Wawa's and see if I can find them chips.
The Publix closed 45 minutes ago, so that's out. And the Wawa would be the only 24-hour one that I could probably sneak into at this hour. But, we'll see what tomorrow holds. You never know. After I get the kid dropped off at school, I could just make a run.
And the little man might have a free for all grabbing them bags. Them things is good, man.
Nah, them Jones he in school now. Them Jones are gonna be gone by the time Ultra picks him up.
After a couple dabs, them things is toast.
Ain't nothing for you, kid. Ain't nothing left. Sorry.
Just the bag. You see the bag.
Nah, I can't. I'm not that kind of dad. I'm definitely the sharing kind of dad.
Yeah, give him a couple.
He just. Hey, I left you a corner of these chips, boy.
It doesn't matter. Like I could open up a bag of chips and he'd be like, "What are you having?" I'd be like, I'll show him what I'm eating. He'd be like, "Can I have some?" Give him like one or two, and he runs off. He doesn't ask me for more.
He's good
like that. What's up, Tony Fix?
What'd you guys think about that little stealth buy that I got yesterday?
What?
Oh, the one that Long Short posted, that $50.
Oh, that $50 Riri. Man, we really do need to talk about the price of them Riri books. I do not understand this, man. I do not understand this.
Me and my wife been cleaning up, dog.
7.
Me and my wife been cleaning up, dog.
Man, 7.
Between that and
it was a 9.6, right?
It was a 9.6. $50 free shipping. Now the only thing I told my wife, I was like, I'm just hoping that because it's free shipping, they put it in media mail or some shit. You know what I'm saying? In a fucking manila envelope and just mail it out.
Bro, look at this sale. They got. Hold on, man. This is ridiculous, bro. This is uncalled for. They got. Let me share my screen, bro. This is crazy. This is crazier than your sale. They got the 9.8 Invincible Iron Man 1, 9.8 issue 7, and 9-8. I mean 9-8 issue 9, 9-8 issue. This sale was $686. That book in the middle used to go for 800-900 all day last year.
Yeah.
That was damn near that book damn near got over $1,000 at some point. Now you can buy all 3 for less than $700.
And see, my thing is I've been scooping them up, and you guys know I told you I've been getting the issue 7 third print with Riri in the corner. Mm-hmm. I've been getting that thing all day for the last 2 months for like $40, $50, $55. And they're all contenders too. Like these are people just kind of fire selling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I've got the Missy Elliott, you know, the hip hop variant for the Invincible Iron Man. Got that for like $50. Shit. My wife got one. I'm talking about contenders, no rub, perfect, you know, corners. Like, I mean, I'm like, shit, I don't even really want to send it out. I'm scared. I'm like, it's in too good a condition to even send out. It's like I might as well just put it in a top loader or something. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I mean, nobody else. If you don't want them, man, I'm gonna clean house. I'm gonna just keep buying them. Because as soon as she's in Wakanda Forever, and everybody realizes who the hell she is, and she takes off, because it's gonna happen. Because look what they did for Chad Boseman. When nobody knew who Black Panther was, nobody gave 2 shits until he came out in that movie and made a killing, and everybody was on him. And after that, it was Black Panther this, Black Panther that. It's gonna be the same thing when they realize she's Iron Man.
Bro, now something I realized, I went to the grocery store today, and the last time I filled up, I used a gas discount. I want to say gas was like $2.80, and I got 40 cents off of that $2.40. I went by the gas station today because it's connected to the grocery store I go to in my neighborhood, and gas was at $3.41. I was like, what the like?
Wait! You just now noticing that gas went up, man?
Yeah. What are you talking about?
I just filled up. I filled up like on Friday, and it was $2.80.
Oh no, yeah. So here, gas actually is cheap now. It's at $5.19 a gallon. You feel me?
Cheap for who?
It was at $7. It's been at $7 for the last 2 months. You know what I'm saying?
Diesel just finally came under $5 a gallon down here in Florida.
Yeah. So
premium for the other car is just under $4.50 finally, mm-hmm. And it's like, damn. But that still is $3 higher than.
I remember when, man, I'm even gonna date myself, dog. In 2000, gas was hold on. Let me just this. I'm
99, 98, 97 cents when I first got my license, my friend.
So keep it out though.
Y'all start talking about the gas in 2000, bro, I wasn't even driving.
I know. Hold on, but let me just. I want to. You know, I got to put the caveat and preface to all of this. This was in 2000. This was pre towers getting hit, right? I was here in California and I was pissed off. I was paying $2.17 a gallon, right? I moved to New Jersey in 2000 and got there, and gas was at 83 cents a gallon. I was like, oh, it's heaven. I'm mashing everywhere, right? And then the towers hit, and then that gas started steadily going up from there. Boop, 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 boop. And then when I got here, man, I ain't never seen 83 cents since 2000. You know what I'm saying? So for gas to be $3 and something cents, man, I'll take that in a minute. Because that's what it was pre-COVID. It was like $3.74, you know, $3.80 something, and we were hot then. And I had a Porsche, so I was having to use 94, so I'm spending $4 something a gallon.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I was like, but I wasn't tripping because I'm smashing a Porsche. You know what I mean?
Man, I
paid for that, so I got to pay, you know, premium gas, and you know that's what you get. You know what I mean? So you bought the luxury car, you get the premium gas, and now I'm just like, oh hell no, $5, $6, $7 a gallon.
If you're a pure collector, this is definitely a great time for you because you can have pretty much anything you want right now.
So they're saying liquidating assets, yeah, but it was we were in worse shape during COVID, and people were buying books. You know what I'm saying?
So
this
COVID money at the time, so that was
that too, because that Turcotte variant, remember that shit was going for like $4,000.
Yeah,
and everybody was like, "No, that's not the book."
Dudes wasn't paying rent and mortgages during COVID. They was getting away with that shit.
Yeah, they were.
Unemployment scams, food stamp scams.
And my funky ass was working through that whole shit and didn't get none of that.
Secret Wars.
Ways to try
the original Secret Wars. I'm hoping nobody ain't paid $1,500 for a 9.8 of the Volume 3 Secret Wars.
None of them were worth that money.
Not even the original.
1, 2, or 3.
Yeah. I mean, even the misprinted Galactus #1 ain't worth that. I'm just saying.
Hell no.
But people be spending. Some we was touching on at the beginning of the show. People spend too much money on bullshit books. This is never going to amount to anything. Never. I don't care.
If you notice, though, it's correcting kind of with this the 7 and 9, because now you're starting to see the 7 go for what it should, and 9 is kind of slipping behind it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, even then, though, like 7 is the book. 7's the book. And I'm not saying that because I'm grabbing it, because before I had the second print. And I was like, oh, no, second print got her on the cover too. But 7's the book. 7 says first appearance. And even if it don't have her on the cover saying first appearance, it's still her first appearance. Like, and that's from Marvel. That's not from anybody else telling you, like, so if they want to, sell, think that's a, because it ain't the best cover, but I don't care what the cover is. The book is the book. That's the book you want. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the book you want.
Comic book collectors always kind of been like little kids in that respect to me, is that, oh, well, this one got the better cover, or this is the one that I was able to get from the comic shop. So this is the one that I'm going to champion, instead of just going with, hey, this is like literally the correct, first appearance, or, this is the actual, look at that, damn, $26 for the.
I'm telling you, dog. I'm telling you, man. And it's all day, because it's not like a low printed book.
This must be your sale right here. This $57.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that was an experiment. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't want to buy it. My wife was like, I was like, watch, it's gonna go for $50. And she was like, no, because if you bid on it, someone's just gonna run you up. And I'm like, no, you put the maximum amount you want to spend, and at the end of the sale, it's gonna calculate and go to whoever put the highest bid in. And she was like, I don't think so. And I'm like, watch. I put I put $60 in there, and it only got to 57. Yeah, I did too.
You said 57.
All right, whatever. $57. I still got for $57. 9.6. That's how much it costs to send it out and get it graded. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Big Remo about to get checked. What?
She's like, no, you did it. Man, I put $60 in there.
Yeah,
I was
60, 57, same thing.
Same thing. $3.
One went for 107 not too long ago.
But see what I'm saying though? All day.
Yeah,
like,
look at this for 80.
Exactly.
Oh, this the Mexico variant on this.
I was gonna say, but that's what I mean.
Shit.
All day, man. People are selling them and they're giving them away.
Like, good
I mean, you've been sold
like
in just the last couple of days, man. And we're not talking crazy amounts of money, even like
21.
Yeah, I seen 3 go for $50. A lot of 3 of them, like 50-something bucks.
92 on the third print. Good Lord.
Trying to tell you,
man.
And that ain't the only book, is what I'm saying. Like, and the books that I be talking about. If you watch, you can get those. Look at that. Lot 1 through 14, $225. I mean, yeah.
Dre said 7 the first appearance, man. Y'all know Dre OG in the game.
I'm trying to tell you. How much did that 9.6 go for? $90? Exactly. But see, that's the thing, though. I remember Lucas kept telling us to be liquid.
Yeah. Man, I can say this. There's not a book that I've bought over the past a book that I've sold over the past year that I regret.
Only book I would probably pay $2K for if I had like if they told me I could only spend it on a comic book. If it was a modern, would be that the Invincible Iron Man, that coffee shop variant in the 9.8.
Yeah. If I could get that for $2K in the 9.8, I would buy that all day.
Yep.
But you know what them DeJervic? What the DeJervics doing, man?
It's still ridiculous. It's not going to drop below 10K. That's for sure.
You could probably get a deal on the row.
Probably if you had cash at a con. You're still going to pay like $6-7 grand for it.
Sheesh. 7K, almost damn near 8K for 9.4.
Yeah, but that book broke
4,000 for a raw.
That book broke like 30 grand at one point, right?
But a 9.8. These are 9.4s.
9.4. 9.6 for 10K. Man, that 9.6, like if I had 30K, I would buy 3 9.6s just to see if I couldn't pop a 9.8, you know, on the CPR, bro. Like
I would be chasing giant size X-Men '1s.
Yep.
Hell yeah,
or
true.
Low grade X-Men '1s.
Yep. My boy got a giant size X-Men like a 3.0. He paid, I want to say he traded Werewolf by Night, the first Moon Knight, and like 2 other low grades and got that. It was like I want to say like a 3 or a 4 giant size X-Men.
And I get some Miles fans would rather have the Miles book, but it's like, yo, that's 10 grand, bro. Like, I get it's a modern book, and I get there are some rarities out there to be had. Like, all right, so let me ask you this. If it came down to it, Amazing Spider-Man 667 Del Otto or the Dirjevec Ultimate Fallout?
Wait. The Del Otto, is that white cover one? The one with Yeah, now that one I would fool with. That would be a tough because see, I don't have no love for the DeJervic book. Like it's not like a book I have to have. Now when I seen that Spider-Man, that Del Otto that shit is like
it's a 1 in 100, and it's probably it's the hardest to find fucking Spider-Man variant cover.
Yeah.
So that's why people go ham over it. But I think I just seen a recent sale for that one at like 17.
Wow, second print in the 9.2 for 113.
Yep.
And that's what I'm saying, man. Those books now, like
that's a book that I cracked right out of that 9.2 case. Press it and either put it in a collection somewhere or try to resubmit it for grading just to see what it does.
9.8 for 330, and that 9.8 was selling for 500 consistently earlier this year.
Look at that right there, 3 of them. Look, 3 of them for less than 5.
And there's still fucking many of them though. That's the problem, man. Is they were given away for free. They you ordered another book and they were like, "Here, for every order you made, we're going to give you another copy of the Ultimate Fallout second print."
That second print, was printed into oblivion. It's shocking that book still goes. That book is worth anything.
Well, it's because we had some friends, some of us may or may not fuck with, who intentionally targeted that book to focus it and to push it. And then next thing you know, it goes from being that fucking $20 second print to that $200 second print. And everybody's like, yo, second prints are selling for good money, bro.
Yeah. You know what? Second prints, man.
We all know.
That's exactly what I was going to say. That's exactly what I was going to say. And the crazy thing is, though, is like with all the facsimiles and all this acetate gate and all that, man, that's actually driving down the value of the first print.
And it shouldn't be that way.
No,
first print should be coveted.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also that's how I call bullshit on a lot of things too. And I can always call bullshit on those trends whenever we do see a book that has 4 printings. The first print ain't doing shit. The second print ain't doing shit. The third print ain't doing shit. But everybody's fucking hyping up that 4th print. Oh my god, bro! The 4th fucking print, man. All right, what's the first print doing? Nothing, man. So why is the fourth print popular? Because it's rare. And it's like, okay, is there any other reason? Like, just
no,
because...
Sherlock, there's reprints because the first one was rare. You know, right. The first print was sold out, so they had to print it out 4 more times to satisfy all the customers. So, you know what I mean? Like I said, with the 7, people don't like the cover, right? But 7 third print has the seal on it. It tells you it's her first print, so no one can argue. You know what I mean? So,
no. That's just because that seal's on there does not mean.
No, but I'm just saying, though. I know. But what I'm saying is, as far as that goes, because it's the same seal that's on 9, second print. It's the same seal. You know what I mean? It just don't say first appearance, but it's the same seal. Yeah. It was like they put them on like every issue after that. You know what I mean? Hey, she's in this book. You know what I mean? Buy these books because she's in there. You know what I mean?
That really was a really fun sales tactic by them.
It was.
Riri appears in this book.
Like, and little did they know is like later on, like I said, those characters still, the time that they came out, and they were in comic books, but they weren't for us. You know what I mean? Like those kids now, like my daughter's 10. She, like I said, she watched all those Disney XD cartoons that had Riri and all them in them. So she's aware of who she is. So when she sees her on the big screen, oh, that's going to draw her right back in. You know what I mean? Like she's going to see it in real live action and be like, oh, snap. Like, you know what I mean? And that's what I mean. Like even with Kamala Khan, like that's not for our generation, man. I know we've said that over and over again, but we're watching it play out. You know what I mean? Like my daughter, she's like, wait, that's Miss Marvel, right? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh, from the cartoon. I'm like, yeah. And so she's not thinking about it now, but once she starts to see it more and more and more, then you're going to start seeing the kids dressing up as her on Halloween and different shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, that's when it's going to come through.
And you know what? My son, again, knows Miles as Spin. He doesn't know him as Spider-Man. He knows Peter Parker Spider-Man. He goes Spider-Man, Spin, and Ghost Spider, because that's what they call her in the little Funko shorts that they have on Disney Plus.
Yes,
so all that targeted material. You are correct. It is at a different generation than us.
It's for kids.
But you know what sucks is now that they see we talk, and I heard me talk about this one too. There's another one of my complaints when they change a costume on Miles to this new costume that he's had, and they still sling variants with him in the old suit constantly, still to this day, and they haven't stopped. And he's been in the new suit for
2 years.
Yeah, man, I ain't gonna front. Yeah, I got something coming, and he ain't in the old suit. That's all. He ain't in the new suit.
That's the thing, though. They gotta get rid of that suit.
Because if he get rid of the suit, or if they need to tell people, hey, if you want to do a Miles store variant, you have to use the new suit.
Yeah. Because is he going to be in the new suit in the new movie?
No, probably not.
Because if he ain't in the new suit in the new movie, then what are we doing here?
They just trying to change things up. And if it weren't for the Monhanini cover, I wouldn't like the new suit at all.
Right. And let me tell you this, my theory on the new suit and why they switched it. Because you think they switched it right after his first battle with the clones. And they knew that they were going to keep using the clones. So I think they did that so you could easily tell the difference between Miles and Selim. That's why I think they switched the new suit. And now that they just ended another story with the clones, I think they're going to switch it back, or they're going to give him a new suit that's very similar to the old suit, maybe just like a couple of changes within it.
Man, out of all those designs that they had too, there was like 3 or 4 of them that were like, why isn't this the fucking main costume? Oh my god.
Just look at the video game. Look at some of the suits he had in the video game. Was like badass. I might have to do a B-sides like on all the different suits that they showed him in doing the Miles Morales 10th anniversary variants. Like they had a matter of fact, we can just pull it up right, really fast. I'm gonna have to hop off in a little bit because we need to watch House of Targaryen or whatever. But
was that the dragon shit? House of Dragons?
The House of Dragons.
I didn't even watch the throne shit, so I ain't even worried about
I just watched Uncharted this morning.
The original or the one with
Tom Holland?
Yeah. How was it?
Because it was one of those I can't sleep movie experiences. It was pretty decent. Pretty decent.
Okay. I'm not mad at it.
So let's look at some of the different suits in there. So that's the hold on, can y'all see my screen? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the classic suit, which
that's the classic suit.
Everybody loves.
Oh, come on, fucking Marvel. All right, hold on. Let me go back. I thought that one was gone. So can y'all see that?
That one right there. That was
that one
of my favorites.
That is hard right there. That man, that's Ken Lashley too. That one, bro. And the spider logo is different, so I like that.
Doesn't he have a vibranium one too?
This one is not bad.
Oh yeah. I just didn't like it. He looked too much like Taskmaster.
And now that one looks like Chasm,
or the other spider, or the other suit Peter had, the one that took.
It kind of looked like a Prowler homage to
me.
Yeah. I think that's what they were trying to go for. But you know how Chasm now has that wild color. That right there was probably.
I want to see this one, yeah, because it looked like he got on like camo fatigues with the fucking jacket and the top from the regular suit.
Yeah,
that would have been hard. Hold on, where the other one at? This one, I think this is just the regular suit where he just got on a red hoodie and some sneakers with it. Let's see. Who is this? A Todd Knott cover. That's just the regular suit. Always been a fan of the 2020 suit. That's the Wolverine one. Now this one was always interesting to me because this was the Miles Morales 10th anniversary for the Fantastic Four, and this is basically an Iron Spider suit for Miles, right? But Miles has never appeared in the comics in the Iron Spider suit. So if we want to be technical, this is the first Miles Iron Spider suit.
Yeah, his uncle had that Iron Spider suit in the Spider-Man run 234.
Yeah, but Miles.
These arms look more like Dr. Octopus.
Yeah, they really do. So if it's a story behind this and Marvel loops this back in some way, like. That'll be very, very interesting. Let's see. The Kamala Khan one just had him in some Timbs, and it looks like a Jack. Well, no, that looks like a completely different.
Yeah, it's kind of like a take on what he's currently wearing with a different hoodie.
Yeah.
But that Ken Lashley one, the one on the Black Panther.
Yeah, that's the one right there.
Yeah.
That's the one right there. Like if they don't want to bring back the old suit, like this one right here is the one. Like in my opinion, like this is definitely the one right here, to go with. But that, like I said, that's just my opinion.
But man, if they really just hear me out here. If they really end up sticking with the name Spin for him, bro, that Iron Man fucking cover is gonna go ballistic because he's spinning records. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not against the name Spin at all. Like, it's like a simple name, but it's like, and it can appeal to kids. But if if it's adult, you said that the superhero's name is Spin. Like, I don't think an adult would turn their nose up at. All right, Spin.
No, but like Ultra said though, that's what they know him as.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like my daughter even calls him Spin. Like, and I'm just like, she knows him as Miles from the cartoon, the Into the Spider-Verse, but when she's watching, she's like, I'm like, who's that? And she's like, oh, that's Spin. Just like he said. And I'm just like, Spin?
I know. Every time my son says, I'm like, who? Oh,
yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah.
So you hear it, Marvel,
and that's why they've been confusing on the show. What was that, Ultra?
I was just saying, you heard it here, Marvel. Make it happen. That suit right there.
Yeah.
Do it up.
Right.
Yeah, that's definitely the one and that looked like a grown man suit too. That's like, yeah, I'm not playing around no more. Like I'm in the big leagues now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always like this cover, man. I always like this cover. Not only because it had Black Panther and Miles on there, two of the top, two black superheroes in Marvel, but just it's just a badass suit, man. Like I can't even it in my opinion, I might catch some heat for this. It looks better than the original suit.
No, you're not getting no heat for that because
Yeah.
you are correct. The only thing that I can't tell is if it's that off center shit. Remember what they did with Ben Reilly? They like moved his spider to the side, and it was like over.
No, it looks like it looks like it's center chest. Here, let me.
I think it's just twisting, like kind of somebody twisting. I'm waiting. I could have swore he had like a vibranium suit or something like that. I don't know if it was in one of the games or something like that.
Let me find a better.
Parks are tight. So is that Miles? What if Thor doing anything still?
Probably not. I bought a couple copies of that, but I think I got rid of. I kept one of them. I kept like one or two of them just for the PC, but most of the ones I got to flip, I flipped them fast. But you never know. See, now it's not showing. Here, let me do this. Remember how to. Man, you gotta be kidding me.
Well, no, the design variant's down to $18.
Which one?
The What If Miles Morales Thor.
Oh.
But yeah, this is definitely like the Spider logo is definitely centered on there. But I always say, man, Marvel, they don't do this type of stuff just to do it. So I feel like we're gonna see these suits somewhere, some way, somehow again. If you think about all the suits Spider-Man then had, like Hi Nathan said it for me. Yeah, that could be a good point because like this suit right here, I could see this being like a movie suit, right? I could see that being a movie suit. So
Boss Remo.
Yeah. Hey, but you know what? Actually, I'm about to cut it short anyway because, like I said, I need to watch House of Dragons. But everybody, thank y'all for coming by tonight, checking out the show. Ultra, thank you for showing up again.
Hey,
brother.
man.
Appreciate you. Love you.
Inviting me out here, man.
But, look, we accomplished the goal, man. We sat around, talked about comics with no fucking agendas. No goals to pump up books or push books off on y'all. Just organic conversations talking about shit we like and shit we don't like, man. That's the goal. That's the goal every week. But yeah, man, we out here, y'all. We'll see y'all again next week. If I can find the damn intro out.